And I would drive 100 miles to run over the director of this film. It really sucked and gave me a migraine. I hope he burns in hell for it. Da 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 da. All right, I don't actually have a migraine, but that everything else I said was true. This movie sucks. Okay. In case you haven't heard, so this film, one of those, fairly generic action films with Mark Wahlberg. So, God, it sucks. God, it's bad. I think they should have named this thing Attention Deficit Disorder, the movie. I really hate this new thing in a lot of action films, especially ones that are trying to be smarter than they really are. It's one of those films that really thinks it's a genius when in fact it's, pretty basic. Where the camera cuts really quick and the edits are really fast. This whole thing of trying to make it seem like it's a much more, artistic film than it really is. And as such, you can never focus on anything. The story is not told in a linear fashion, which doesn't necessarily bug me, but it's told in a very non-linear fashion that is very distracting and confusing and disjointed, so that you can never fucking focus on what's going on. All right, let's start back from the beginning. All right, so this is about an American Special Forces or some kind of, elite government, whatever, fill in the blank, who, during a mission to find some stolen atomic whatevers that are going to make more bombs and shit, it goes wrong, and they lose all this stolen uranium or whatever. So this one guy says he knows where it all is, but he'll only give it to them if they get him out of the country. I forget which country he's in. So Mark Wahlberg's team has to get him the 22 miles from where they're at, from the embassy to the airfield, and of course all hell goes loose on the way. So while this is all going on, there's disjointed footage of Mark Wahlberg's character testifying at obviously some hearing, because the mission's going to go wrong, because he's testifying, but he's not testifying in any clear way. He's not answering questions. No, it's him delivering these monologues and these speeches like he's delivering the narration in a comic book. Do I believe in Santa Claus? No. Do I believe in the Tooth Fairy? No. Did I believe that any of my ex-wives really loved me? No. Did I believe our communications were clear? Yes, I did. It's like, this is not how you answer questions at and I would assume a formal hearing of something. Never having been to one, I'm guessing, but I mean, yeah. So Mark Wahlberg's terrible in this. And I usually like Mark Wahlberg, or at least I don't mind him. I think is a better way of putting it. I don't mind Mark Wahlberg. First of all, they basically steal the character from that Ben Affleck played in The Accountant a few years back. He's highly intelligent, but he's orphaned. He's got some kind of mental disorder. He always has the rubber band that he's snapping on his arm. He does jigsaw puzzles that are either all white, or he's doing them, with the back, with the pieces turned upside down so you can't see the picture, So, I'm watching this, and I'm thinking to myself as I'm watching it, it's like, I've seen this before. And yeah, it was fucking, Ben Affleck's character from The Accountant, only instead of being a mob accountant, he's he's actually a special forces guy. And Mark Wahlberg's a complete dick in the movie, and not in a lovable, gruff kind of way. No, he's just an asshole. one of these guys who goes off in these big monologues. They have this one moment where one of the girls who's working the computer system is trying to hack the disk or whatever, because there's always got to be a disk they got to hack, and Mark Wahlberg gets in her face and gives this huge long monologue about how all people are going to die and all the fucking this and that and that and this and this and this and that, and if you don't find it, better. He wastes a good 2 minutes that she could have been working on the project, giving her this big long asshole speech. So he's a fucking ass, and you're just annoying. The female lead, whose name I don't know the name of the actress, or if I know it, I haven't, it didn't register to me. She's fucking irritating as all hell. The typical, woman in security, or, woman in, the military or whatever, going through a messy divorce with her asshole fucking fuck this, fuck husband, who we never actually get any evidence is a bad person, The only thing he says is that, she's missed so much of her daughter's life. You can kind of see his point, we don't actually get any other evidence of that he's a bad person. That's the other thing I got to say about this movie. Anyone who knows me knows that profanity does not offend me in the grand scheme of things. I am a fan of the films of Kevin Smith. All right, I loved the work of Dennis Miller in the 90s. My own early playwriting, offerings had quite a bit of profanity, because I thought that's how you wrote adult dialogue. I was obviously clearly mistaken. That, so profanity does not offend me, but it annoys me when it is pretty much the only dialogue you have. Every other line in this movie is fucking fuck. Kind of made me feel like I was watching an HBO show. It's where I got the feeling the writer was paid by the fuck. The rest of the cast are all nondescript, and you can't tell one from the other because, again, they're cutting away so fast, and, you never know who anyone's talking to. The only one you can identify is Ronda Rousey, which, okay, I have to get on this soapbox for a second. What the fuck is the deal with Ronda Rousey? Yes, I get it. She was an excellent MMA fighter. So fucking what? And, and here's the thing that I don't get about her in this movie. Okay, so you want someone who looks like they can handle themselves in a fight or something like that. Someone who looks like they can be highly trained. Okay, great. So you get Ronda Rousey. Fair enough. But why do you bother having Ronda Rousey in a movie like this if she doesn't do any of the things that Ronda Rousey is known for doing? She didn't kick anybody's ass. She didn't do anything even remotely cool. No, she strutted around making that pouty face of hers, and I hate this. I hate this. I know for a fact Ronda Rousey could kick my ass. Ronda Rousey can kick the ass of most human beings on the planet. That being said, this mad face she makes, it is the worst mad face in the world. Ronda Rousey's mad face looks like posters I used to see of Justin Bieber when he was really big. I'd go to the mall and there'd be all these posters of Justin Bieber all over the place, and he'd be making this face at the camera. Ooh, I'm just so brooding. And that's what Ronda Rousey's angry face looks like. Excuse me. So all she does in this fucking movie is make her mad face, say fuck a lot, and then die. Spoiler alert. Spoilers, fuck you. So it's why did you pay Ronda Rousey if all she's gonna do is say fuck and die? What the hell? She did nothing. Nothing. It was awful. So yeah. And again, my main problem, the editing and the directing of this movie, did the people not have attention spans that lasted longer than 5 seconds? Because it didn't feel like any cut lasted longer than that. Okay, so I've ranted. So was this movie all bad? No. Two things were good in it. John Malkovich is in this movie, and John Malkovich is awesome, and he was awesome in his role. So it was good. I'm sorry to be kind of politically correct, but I don't know what nationality he is. I think it's Chinese. Chinese or Korean. I'm sorry, I don't know. But the Chinese or Korean actor playing the guy they're trying to get from the embassy to the airport, he was fucking awesome. All right, he's a fairly well-known action star. I know he's done a couple of action movies in his home country, and he is fucking phenomenal. His action scenes literally kick ass. So much so that, that was the only part of the movie I was ever invested in or enjoying at any point. And what really gets you is that this is one of those movies where you have this one really great thing, but that one really great thing, instead of elevating the movie, drags it down, because you're like, well, fuck, why couldn't the whole movie be about this guy? And so he was great. His action scenes were amazing, but then we go back to our main characters, and you're like, well, I don't give three shits about any of them. And again, another disappointing thing is that there is a germ of a really good movie in here. The idea itself is solid and interesting, but the directing is so far up its own ass. It thinks it's so much deeper than it is, and the acting is subpar at best. Not that I'm expecting Academy Award caliber performances in an action movie, but still, I mean, the writing is, again, not expecting Good Will Hunting, but the writing is just as weak as it possibly could be, and the twist at the end, and let me tell you, this movie is sequel baiting, huge. All right, and this because when I looked it up on IMDb earlier, they already have untitled Mile 22 sequel listed, so they're already planning to do another one based off the twist that comes at the end, which I won't spoil. But if you sit and you watch the movie, it's pretty easy to guess what the end result is going to be. So it's it's such a fucking generic, boring, head up its own ass action film that I wasn't expecting much more than that, to be completely honest. I didn't go to this because I thought I was going to see, Die Hard Reborn. I got kind of what I was thinking. I'm just kind of in shock by the sheer annoying levels of bullshit that inhabit this film. It's mind-blowing to me. So yeah. Okay, I think I've run out of things to rant about. Yeah, I think that's it. So, final grade for this one. My initial gut reaction is to say D, but I'm going to raise it up just a little bit to a C-. And here's why. The Asian gentleman playing the asset, the guy they're trying to get to the airport, he's awesome, and he saves this movie. He makes it watchable. When he's doing shit, it's like, yes, so that saved this from a D rating. But honestly, that guy is not enough to save it or make it a good movie, or even a movie worth wasting your time or money on. So I say avoid this one. It doesn't offer you anything or give you any kind of new insight. Fuck it. Fuck the people who made it. And, we're going to get another one. And so when that one comes out, I always judge each movie as it comes, but I'll just preemptively say fuck that movie too. Sorry I'm swearing so much. It's late at night. I'm pissed off. And quite frankly, after hearing the word, repeatedly for so long, it's all I can kind of think to say. So, yeah, fuck this movie. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone's weekend is proceeding at a pace, and I got nothing else here, so until next time, drive safe, and I will see you at the movies.